up, legends? It is your Aussie chef Danny, and today we're tackling the common topic around caffeine. Is it actually good for you? 2, does it improve your performance? And 3, how much can you actually have in a day? All that and more. Make sure to subscribe. Let's get into it. If you legends have been following me for a while, you know I'm big on this term of bio-individuality, meaning the way that you digest and develop and do things is absolutely specific to you. So by giving you a number of amount of caffeine you should be hitting a day does not make sense. So I came across this formula based on weight. First off, convert your body weight to kilos. Times that number by 3.5, and that resulting number is the amount of caffeine in milligrams you can have per day for a comfortable, healthy amount. As I was doing my research for this, I came across an article that looked at caffeine sensitivity. Now, in fact, what happened was a cohort given caffeine the same amount every single day was compared to a placebo, and we saw benefits to that performance as a result of caffeine. Now, what happened was after a certain period of time, it was only a short period of time, even though they were given the same amount of caffeine every single day, that performance diminished. So there is the hypothesis saying that after a period of time given the same amount, does caffeine still add value? Anyway, that's another topic. I want to bring it up, but now let's get on to caffeine and performance. Caffeine definitely helps with performance, even if it's in short bursts, and in particular when you are very sensitive to it. You may see it in gel packs like these. You see them on the front where it's noted the amount of caffeine here, and you'll also see them in other energy drinks and even in such things as Coca-Cola. Just for now, know that if you have caffeine, it definitely helps your performance, at least for energy bursts. Important to note, don't use it when you need it, do it before you do so. It's also super important to remember that if you're consistently having caffeine, the value or the benefit you get from it from energy may be devalued because you may desensitize yourself to it. Caffeine can be found in a range of ingredients, particularly plants, and the main 3 that we have are coffee, tea, and the favorite, chocolate. Yeah, that means if you're having chocolate and you get to the end of this episode and you think, oh my god, it's good for me, I'm gonna have more chocolate. Only that were the case. So good. What's interesting is that caffeine is linked to many of the historical nature's civilizational development. Yep, that's right. Mexico, some parts of South America, all of which have been developed based on the economy of caffeine. In fact, regions of South America, for example, were built upon the economies of trade purely from coffee itself. The same can be said from India in tea, and same with Pakistan. So whilst we link caffeine to energy, it has developed some of the greatest civilizations of our time. Now, enough on me being David Attenborough, on to the performance stuff. That is clever. Alright team, so now we know the history of caffeine, what does it actually do when it gets into the body? On a generic level, it brings us energy and a lot of hyper focus. It also has a relationship of taking us to the bathroom. But let's break it down a little bit more accurately. So specifically, caffeine desensitizes our adenosine receptors. Now, adenosine is something that starts building up from this moment we start our day, and when we get to the end of the day, it is so built up that it is a relationship between bringing us a lot of tiredness and physical ability to go to sleep. So by desensitizing our adenosine receptors, whilst those levels may be high, the wanting to go to sleep may be delayed. So we may need to go, but we don't. Hence why coffee is related to keeping us up late at night. What about dehydration? Well, caffeine is a diuretic, so you would think it causes dehydration. However, if you're consuming your caffeine through a form of liquid base, that is water, not milk, but water, that liquid base nets out the loss. Okay, so now let's talk about caffeine amounts. And to put things into perspective, the average cup of coffee has anywhere between 100 to about 120 milligrams of caffeine. According to the FDA, they believe anywhere between 450 to 600 milligrams of caffeine per day is totally fine. I thought that was a bit too much, considering that's anywhere between 4 to 6 coffee cups per day. But this is where it gets a little bit more confusing. They said anyone who's struggling to sleep should be given up to 1,000 milligrams of caffeine per day. Now, I don't know about you, but if someone gives me more caffeine, I'm even less likely to sleep. So when I saw that, I kind of came to my conclusion and said, that doesn't make any sense. Here are my thoughts. Asking someone to say that they should have up to a certain amount of caffeine per day is absolutely preposterous when you're not taking into account their weight, maybe their lifestyle, and a number of different factors that would definitely make them different. So team, that is today's episode all around caffeine. If you want to learn more and you want to help yourself eat like a legend, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Maverick wants you to as well, because every subscriber helps us beat McDonald's and help you guys eat like a legend. And if you want more specifics around performance and game day, head to danchojo.com, subscribe to the newsletter where we drop all forms of recipes, information and articles around how you guys can continue to eat like a legend every single day. I'm DC, I'll catch you next time team. Bye.